Hi, this week I was in a different town and I went to my favourite charity shop that still stocks old audio formats, and I picked up a few things there. I picked up this cassette. I watched the YouTube channel called Cassette Comeback from time to time, and I thought I'd pick up this. It's a sealed TDK SA90 Type 2 cassette. I doubt I'll ever use it, but I haven't got any sealed ones, so I thought I'd pick this one up. And I picked up a few minidiscs that interest me as well. This is Maxell 74, ND74. I picked up the right case for it as well. These have got opening cases, as you might have seen on an earlier video. But this one's got a white back. There's a blue one with a white back. In an earlier video I opened these rainbow pack of Maxells, which look very similar, different colour ink on there. But these ones have a black back and these ones have a white back. So I thought I'd pick one of those up and see if I can figure out what the difference is between the two. And I'm going to try and get some sealed ones of these, new old stock ones, to open for a future video if I can. Moving on, I picked up this matte black or matte grey mini disc from BASF, also known as MTech. I do like the finish on this disc. I'll eventually take the sticker off as well. There's some good tracks on this one actually, but I like that disc. It's matte. It just looks more quality than something like this, which I like the colour discs, but they don't look. That one looks like a better. It looks more upmarket. And has no bearing on the quality of the audio. They all have digital audio of the same quality. And I like the box as well for that one. Quite scratched as usual, because that's got a matte finish on the back as well. The label is going to end up coming off, but again, someone's put the wrong label. It should be a bigger label, and they put it upside down on the case. I think we've established now that the mini discs are designed to go in the case like that, and designed to be stored like that, I think, because that's the way they come out of the packaging. Anyway, quite a nice disc. I like that. I'm going to try and get a new sealed or a new old stock sealed one of those. If you have got one and you can let me know what it looks like, then I'll more easily be able to find a sealed one of those. And finally, I saw the music on this and I thought, oh, I might as well have that and give that a listen as well. And then I realised this is a sharp disc. Unfortunately, I think it's in a Sony case, and it's got a BASF label on it. Coming back to the other one, that's probably the right label for that case, but I think that's a sharp case. Sorry, I think that's a Sony case. That's a Sony case with a BASF label on it, housing a sharp mini disc, so it's all completely confused. But what I noticed about this was this design, sort of these triangle cutouts here, and this design here, sort of an arrow shaped design. And what I realised was, in an earlier video I'd obtained some of these W.H. Smith discs and unwrapped them, and I realised that this is the same design of disc. So ignore the printing on it. The printing, so basically the discs were made at some point, and then the printing is applied after the discs were made. And so ignore the printing, but if you look at these two discs, they're exactly the same. Just take a closer look at those. So same print on there, same print on here. If we get really close up, we can see they've got the same moulding markings on all the sides, the same opening mechanism, the same right protect notch mechanism, different production numbers, I guess that's what they are, production numbers, but everything else is exactly the same. The colours are different, and that leads me to be more convinced that the discs were manufactured by the manufacturer and then branded for the brand that wanted to sell them. And that's further illustrated by an earlier video I did where I had these purple discs. They look more blue on camera actually. I had these purple discs. I opened that, brand new in box, that was the one we looked at earlier on. And these are exactly the same discs again, apart from the printing on these ones is different, but the markings on the disc are the same. The little notch there is the same. The doors are the same but printed differently. So they're exactly the same. The back is different in terms of that is a solid black plastic and that's a transparent purple, but all the markings are the same. And that one is a Maxell one and that one is a Sharp one. So my guess is they made these, the moulds for these, and then sold them to other brands for their own branding. So if you look at this, this is a Maxell one and this is a Sharp one, and this is a Sharp one and this is a W.H. Smith's one. So this disc is from this packaging from Maxell, and that is Maxell Europe in Apley in Telford. And I've looked online, and as I said in the previous video, the Maxell is still a plastics moulding company. So bearing in mind these were plastics, I wonder if Maxell was the actual manufacturer and then they branded it with their own labels and then sold it on to Sharp. I don't know whether this one was made by Maxell as well. It might have been, or it might have been sourced from someone else. So if you've got any information about that, please let me know. I've just read actually that the old site of Maxell in Apley and Telford might be being redeveloped for residential purposes, but I don't know how recent that piece was I saw online. So if you've got any further information about who manufactured these and you know which brands manufactured their own, which brands supplied other people, I'd be interested to hear, so please leave a comment. Thanks very much.